Mel Tucker is done at Michigan State. He was indefinitely suspended. He now has been fired by Michigan State. They wrote a letter to he and I guess is probably his attorney on specific type of what he is admitted to. And by that alone, despite even more of the ongoing investigation, he has been fired now as the head coach at Michigan State.
Yeah, technically they've announced their intention to, because he's got 7 days to respond, but he's not going to be on the sidelines. And this now gets into the legalese where he claims that this relationship in this matter is personal and it was consensual. Obviously, that's conflicted. Michigan State says it violates the contract because Brendan Tracy was a vendor.
Yep.
And that means that he has violated the moral turpitude clause of his contract. And there are things that he admitted to in the investigation, which makes it a little bit different than some of the other times that we've seen things like this, because often it's, you did this, no, I didn't. There's a perception thing here on either side of this, but because she is a vendor, they're saying they're firing him for cause, and he will now go to court to try to get back what is a massive buyout that they would owe him.
What a fall from grace, but not a surprising outcome. The writing was on the wall with this story last week that this was the logical outcome to the whole deal would be. Michigan State looking for a new head football coach. What a fall from grace. What a quick fall from grace. It wasn't that long ago where it seemed like, had a good start at Michigan State, got the big contract extension. I remember seeing like this picture of him with the big cigar and like the big old dogs and just like this very much of like, we're big, we're bad, this attitude of like Michigan State football. And it just seemed like, they were going to be this budding program, and he was going to be at the helm of it. And just a couple years later, here we are. And he's now no longer the head coach. They're in disarray. They got completely demolished this weekend. You thought they're going to rally. I think most people thought probably not. Probably going to be, a tough game for them to not only win, but just perform well in. But you don't know how young people respond, and they responded by absolutely getting destroyed by Washington over the weekend. So been a rough stretch for Sparty fans, but this is no surprise. I guess as Paul pointed out, there will be a lot more of the details of this to be confirmed and solved and all of that. But yeah, it's tough. They'll go now, I guess, start the coaching carousel up, and that's, 1 month in, we're going to start talking coaching carousel because here's the first big, drop from the coaching ranks so far, and there will be plenty more. But yeah, just what a fall from grace, and curious to see what comes from here and what Michigan State ends up doing with the head coaching spot in the long run.
Two things that never end: coaching searches, the carousel together, and realignment. It's just always out there. Now, we mentioned Mel Tucker.